Team Genesis, good morning and welcome to our webinar today. On our training last week, we heard from 5K Executive Manager Hannah Benson about a 90-day blitz and personal accountability and to get things done. And that we start the blitz training in January the 6th. In our training today, the power of goal setting for your personal growth ties right into that. So let me get started by saying, I believe in goal setting. I always have, without really understanding why and knowing the importance of it at that time. However, I want you to just read, feel, and listen to what I'm going to teach you today. My first goal I have set in my life, I did when I was just 12 years old. I wrote on a piece of paper next to a beautiful picture of a home that I pasted on it, that by the time I'm 30 years old, I will be living in my own home. I kept that goal sheet in my wallet for just about 18 years. Pulled it out regularly and read it often and sometimes even daily. As it inspired me, it motivated me to start saving money early in life. It made me take on little jobs as a kid and a teenager to make that extra money. Then, fast forward, when I turned 30, I put more than 20% for a down payment for a home that I purchased and that I saved for over the years. And guess what? At that time, I still had that piece of paper with a beautiful home pasted on it in my wallet. However, I threw it away, realizing I accomplished my goal that I had set out to do when I just was 12 years old. You must understand, I was the first and only family member at that time to live in his own home, as all other family members back then in Germany rented the place they lived in. It was a dream come true and a big deal for me. As a happy and, homeowner enjoying the benefits of it, it was about, maybe a year later that I first was introduced to network marketing, where I learned all about goals and goal setting. I definitely had the great personal stories about goal setting, and the only thing today is I wished I had not thrown away that little goal sheet I did in the late 60s with my goal on it to be a homeowner at the age of 30. Anyway, you may have heard about this quote. The past is like using the rear view mirror in your car. If you drive down the road, it's a good thing to glance back every now and then and see how far you have come. But be careful, if you stare in it for too long, you will miss what is right in front of you and you may crash. Unfortunately, too many associates we know in our profession do that and crash. And by crashing, I mean, for whatever reason, they get discouraged, demotivated, sidetracked, hang out with too many negative people or the wrong people, or else. And their goals they once set are in pieces. We can agree to that, right? Now, Tony Robbins said, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. I like that because I did that unconsciously when I was just 12 years old to own a home by a certain date. It was invisible to me at that time, or untouchable or unreachable, but my actions and activities over the years made my goal visible, and I finally purchased my first home. So if it comes to setting goals, you first must think about what you really want, not what you need. Then write it down and make a plan of action to accomplish it. You want to read your goals out loud daily, so it becomes part of your subconscious mind. Did you know that we are always just one choice away from changing our life for the better? We all are. Simply put, Your life today is what you, our choices have made it. You can't deny that. And with new choices, you can change directions this very moment. Just like changing the setting of your sails by setting some realistic goals to reflect your state of mind and those that are in reach at a reasonable time frame for you. Now, that is why we do this training today. We always hear about that we need to set goals. And yes, it's true, we must set goals if we want to become successful in life and or business, and then create a plan of action to reach them. Now, since it's the end of the year, let me be clear. Goals has nothing to do with New Year's resolutions. Those most of the time don't work, and they are too easy because people maybe make them at New Year's Eve when they celebrate and are tipsy a little bit and don't spend enough time on it. They are only made to be broken shortly thereafter. Our short-term, long-term goals and life goals should be worked on all the time because unexpected things that are out of our control can happen. However, it's okay to change the goals, especially when we make goals and follow our action plan for the first time, as we don't really know what challenges or obstacles we run into or that can happen in the future. Things that are part of life and business. Just be ready. Yes, there are people from all walks of life that do set goals, kind of, sort of. They do it because someone else told them to do it. However, they don't really write them down and read them daily out loud. What most people do is they keep them in their minds where their goals are nicely secured and protected, but never really pursued. If you truly want to accomplish a goal, regardless of how big or how small your goals are, you must put them on paper, stick them somewhere where you can see them and be reminded it. And even better, share them with a trusted business partner or friend. An accountability partner, someone that can hold you accountable for your actions. It's a fact that people that have written down goals and read over them often are more successful in life and business than those that do not. So what is the definition of a goal? A goal is the objective of a person's ambition or effort, an aim or desired result. That's it. This is what Jim Rohn once said about goals. There is no telling what you can do when you get inspired by your goals, what you can do when you believe in your goals, or what will happen when you act upon your goals. A powerful message, that's for sure. Let me ask you a question here. Have you ever tried to plow a field? You probably have not. Well, I haven't either. But if you do that and you don't look at the fixed point on the horizon, your rows will be all over the field. It will not look like the one you see here in the picture. Guess what? The same is true in your life and CTFO business, because without keeping sight of a specific goal, you are likely to wander off course and ending up disappointed with where your business is heading and the life you're living in. Do you know that less than 5% of the population are setting goals and having them written down? So why do you think that is? Here's what I learned over the years. And I believe there are three major reasons why people don't have written goals. Guys, it's hard work. It requires time and soul searching. If you would say, for example, my goal is to become an executive vice president or whatever, guys, Believe me, that is not a goal. It's merely a wish or a dream. If you haven't written down or out your business plan on how to get there. Number 2, people fear failure. Here's a clue. If you do not set any goals, you're right. You cannot fail. That's great. But there is a twist to it, and that is that you can't succeed either. Do you agree? Number 3, people also fear success. Now, some people don't value themselves enough to feel they deserve success, even though they already are successful in their own way. This often occurs when people stay inside their little box or comfort zone. So learn how to get out of it. They are afraid to venture out and do something different. Besides, they dislike change or oftentimes are afraid of rejections. Now, here's a great tip for you. If anyone of your personally enrolled associates, or maybe you yourself, find yourself saying, I don't have enough time, or I don't know anything, or I don't have enough education, or I don't have the experience, or I don't know anybody, or I don't really like sales. Guys, understand that these replies are all excuses, and I could line up a ton of other ones I hear or I heard over my 30-year career. Think about this. If you are not successful in your CTFO business as you want it to be by now, did you plan to fail? Okay, I want to share with you now 6 principles of goal setting that I apply and use. Number 1, clearly define your goals. I call it SMART goals, and I will go over that in detail later in this training. Number 2, set out your strategy. You must plan your work and work your plan. There's no shortcut. How can you work your CTFO business if you don't have a business and action plan prepared? What? How? By when? With whom? Now, a dream written down with a date attached to it becomes a goal. That's clear. And your goal broken down into bite-sized pieces or steps becomes your plan. And finally, your plan backed by your actions makes your dreams come true. Period. Number 3, plan out the problems. Identify them, fix them if you can, and move on. Always keep in mind that in any business, direct sales or traditional, stuff happens. I have learned over the time that obstacles or challenges of any kind are built in every opportunity. You must be willing to work through them to succeed. And I have worked through a lot of those obstacles over the years. I still love network marketing, and I'm still in this profession, guys. Learn to become flexible. Be proactive and surround yourself with leaders that empower and motivate you. Because the storm will always pass and the sun will shine again. Number 4, built-in rewards. That's an important one. Meaning every time you reach a goal, reward yourself, including your spouse and kids. You earned it. So no goals, no rewards. Now, you might not think you need to reward yourself after achieving a goal, even if it's the executive manager. But hear me out. You will not have your best year in 2020 without celebrating your achievements along the way and with your loved ones. And if you don't pause to celebrate your successes, you will eventually lose your why for pursuing your CTFO business the first place. Believe me, once you lose your why, you won't have much fuel left in your tank that will get you to your bigger goals. Number 5, relate everything to a time frame. Attach a date to your goal. You can write down something like, I will qualify as vice president by June 1st, 2020, and here is how I'm going to do that. Number 6, confuse or don't confuse activities with results. Enrolling new associates and customers is the lifeblood of our CTFO business, and I call it income-producing activities. Make it a habit. Guys, being on Facebook all days and posting and reading and liking and whatnot else, those are not income-producing activities. If you make contacts with people and get them on Facebook or social media, get them offline and build the relationship, those are income-producing activities, just to use an example. So, no matter how you feel today, get up, dress up, and fight for your dreams. Not mine. Let's talk about SMART goals. It can be broken down into 5 parts, S.M.A.R.T. Goals or SMART goals are specific and detailed with a clear action plan to follow. What, where, how. A specific goal is distinct and defines as much of the goal as possible and contains no ambitious language. Your goals must be measurable and a means to measure it. Exactly what by when. It's like a measurement giving you feedback and let us know when the goal is complete. Action-oriented or achievable. They must be aligned with your purpose, vision, and why. Create urgency. Do it now. Don't wait, and make it a habit. Goals must be realistic. Your goals must be in reach for you according to your experience and in balance with the time you devote to your business on a weekly basis. You need 500 members on your uni-level team with a minimum qualifying order, or 125 executive managers on your team, or 25 members coming in with a business builder platinum pack in any 31 rolling days, and you most likely will hit vice president if that is your goal. Goals must be feasible, realistic, and challenging, yet attainable with a given or within the given time frame. And also, goals must be time-based. Your goals must have an end date to be accomplished in, and not an open end. The time frame must be aggressive, yet realistic. So, the only limits you have are the limits you believe in. And that's a quote from Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. So don't lose sight on your long-term goals with a short position. However, goals also have to do with believing in yourself, because everything starts with believing in something, and it also has to do with self-confidence. And some things simply have to be first believed to be seen. If you believe in CTFO, our consumable product line, our business model, your upline support team, and most important, in yourself, that you are ready for this, ready for your business. If this is all check mark with yes, I am, now your belief cycle kicks in. And that means you see yourself advancing to executive manager, vice president, senior vice president, and beyond. And that will create the necessary action, hopefully, to get started. And now you do what it takes. And with passion and persistence, you will hit your goals. That's how I always have done it in the last couple of decades. And as a result of that, you will have a better health, increased fitness, and of course, a check, a nice check. A check and improved health will make you a bigger believer. And you will now invest more time in your business building efforts to rank up, resulting in reaching additional goals that you desire. Now, to find out if the belief cycle works for you, you must apply it. Your upline team, Genesis Support, can help you reach your goals, but only if you have a big enough reason, a big enough why and core desire to build your CTFO business. I cannot do it for you. I can only do it with you to reach your goals. And for you to allow us to make you accountable for your actions. Guys, we heard a lot about accountability because that has to do with goal setting and wanting to reach them. Here is a success tip. Don't tell your enrollees. Teach them what to do and duplicate. And don't manage your team. Lead them to success. The lifeblood of our CTFO business is prospecting, is recruiting, and helping newly enrolled members to place their first order. It creates excitement. And you get experience while building your CTFO business, and you will find and come across new associates that you can duplicate our simple system with. Yes, there is a way to reach your goal. Absolutely. And you just must decide that you are going to do it. You can bypass this important first step, guys. Get started by enrolling for free and start working on your contact list. Who do you know? Place your first order first, $49.97 minimum or $47.47 on auto-ship, but always continue to work on your contact list. And your first goal is to enroll 4 associates with a qualifying order. Your goal should be to do this within 4 weeks. You can do it in 1 week, doesn't matter. Some people do it in a day. I didn't do it in a day, but continue to work on your contact list. Keep in mind, to have your first 4 associates with a qualifying order on the books, you may need to enroll 6, 10, or even 20. Find out what your enrollment score is. How many prospects you need to present the business or product to in order for them to enroll with a qualifying order. Now, most of you, if not all, know that 4 active associates will qualify you as an executive manager. This must be your first goal on your goal sheet, and with a date attached to it, of course. Ask yourself, based on your experience, how long will it realistically take for you to hit executive manager? 1 week, 4 weeks, or 3 months? Well, it depends on you, your experience in marketing and sales, how big your contact list is, and how many hours you're willing to work in your CTFO business per week. Your second goal is to help 1 of your first 4 active associates to qualify for executive manager while you continue to enroll your next block of 4 associates with a qualifying order each. Your mindset must be in the long term or in the long run to personally enroll as many customers and or associates with a qualifying order and help those willing to duplicate what you do. I still believe the most important rank in CTFO is the executive manager. And if you duplicate executive managers in your team, it's only a matter of time and sales volume as to when you hit 5K, 10K, 15K, and vice president to pick up a total of $5,500 in just rank advancement bonuses. It's new. I didn't get that. So my advice is become an executive manager maker. And I picked this up from Jeanette Larson, our Team Genesis leader. Guys, having said that, now is the time to engage and press forward in your desire to reach your goals. Decide to do it and make the commitment for you and your family Take the necessary actions over and over again. Accountability is part of it. So when you write down, your SMART goals for 2020, remember one thing: to choose a goal that is truly yours. It doesn't matter to me if it's executive manager, VP, executive vice president, or even Top Gun. Just do it. But know about the rank advancements in advance. The more ambitious, the more financially successful you will become. But making your goal meaningful is what makes it reachable. Your success is based on the orders you and your team members will create every day, every week, and every month. Not the numbers of enrollees you have on your team. It literally has no meaning to your and our financial success. Creating anything of value takes a lot of good, hard, solid work. Just ask yourself, what other options do you have in life today? Our network marketing business is the only free enterprise for anyone who has a passion for our business model and product line. But you must be strong. As the beginnings to great things are always the hardest. And when you feel like quitting, as we all do at times, including me and Jeanette, think about why you started. Thank you all for joining us today, and I hope this training will help you excel in 2020. Merry Christmas from your team, Team Genesis Support. God bless you, and we see you on our final webinar presentation and celebration this year, next Saturday, the 28th. Have a great weekend, guys.